George Washington was the first president of the United States from 1789 to 1797, the commander-in-chief of the Continental Army during the American Revolutionary War, and one of the founding fathers of the United States. He is one of the truly recognizable and revered figures from American history. His picture is on the U.S. $1 bill, and a man about whom there are many fabled stories. In fact, George Washington was born in 1732 into a moderately wealthy colonial family that owned tobacco plantations and slaves in Virginia, where he spent most of his young manhood. His later military accomplishments were mixed. In the American Revolution, Washington managed to force the British out of Boston in 1776, but was defeated and almost captured later that year when he lost New York City. A daring crossing of the Delaware River in the dead of winter, depicted in the famous painting by Emanuel Leutze, led to British defeat in 2 battles, but more often Washington was outmaneuvered by British generals with larger armies. Victors, however, get to write history, not the vanquished, and today Washington's legacy as a military man, statesman, and gentleman remain among the genuinely great in American history. Washington had a clear vision for the young United States, that of a great and powerful nation that would use federal powers to advance the ideals of a republic, that is, a government in which the affairs of the state are a public matter and not just the private concern of its rulers. In other words, Washington was against any form of government where the privileged and powerful 1% make decisions for the 99%. In his farewell address, George Washington warned against partisanship, sectionalism, and involvement in foreign wars, warnings that too often go unheeded by today's politicians. After retiring from the presidency in 1797, after 2 terms in office, Washington returned to his home in Mount Vernon, Virginia, where he became a gentleman farmer, growing hemp and cooking up his own whiskey without permit, acts which are illegal in the U.S. today. He freed all his slaves by his final will. At his death in 1799, Washington was eulogized as first in war, first in peace, and first in the hearts of his countrymen.